kind, caring, and genuinely good person who believed in ideals, was true to herself, and didn't bend to conform to others. And one of the things I most respected about Janet was that as much as she expected others to accept her for who she was, she accepted others for who they were.
As a Bible study, she was so sincere and genuine and was willing kind of to say the hard truths. And that was very real and very sometimes raw and difficult, but she didn't shy away from that. She also had a playful side and just enjoyed sort of childlike things, and that was fun, and she didn't sort of forget the lighter side of life.
Well, it shows her goofy side. I think she was somebody who, she liked to laugh, she liked to make other people laugh, and she always managed to find a way to do it. Like no matter how difficult things might be, that was one thing she always managed to do. And one of the things I remember best about her, and we'll remember 15 years on, is the one thing that sticks. For one of the things that sticks for me.
She really cared about people a lot, and I think I really benefited from that as her friend. And she also had a great passion for kids and for justice.
Janet made this shirt for me. It's yellow with purple lettering, and it says Free Taiwan. It's pretty much the ugliest combination of colors she could think of, and she gave it to me as a birthday gift. And to this day, I still pretty much wear it every night. Love the shirt, and it's pretty much says a lot about Janet's personality, and she was always really good at giving gifts and thinking of thoughtful gifts that she could share with other people.
Has to do with Janet's struggles with mental health, just the importance and the power of being vulnerable in terms of mental health. Not too long after we graduated from school, as Janet was going through various mental health things, it became clear to me that I had been also struggling with depression. And I think having had Janet in my life at that point was helpful in me kind of finding help. In fact, there's someone really close to me who once remarked, like, what happened to Janet in terms of her passing actually saved his life.
I think if there's one thing that I could tell her or say to her right now, would be I wish I had grown up a little bit before getting to interact with her. She was such a unique spirit that I think I could have learned a lot more from her had I grown up a bit more. And unfortunately won't get that chance. But
for Janet, remember her as being a person who was very passionate about things that she believed in, passionate about helping others, and passionate about social justice. And I think that spoke to me, just seeing that passion in her and seeing her wanting to make a difference and wanting other people to just see that perspective and to look at things that went beyond their own daily lives and to kind of think about those things and be challenged. And I think she wanted to challenge people, not to just be subversive, but just to get people to think beyond their own world and to look at perspectives from other angles.
My name is Dave Kitani, and I'm a former JASF grant recipient. I was a public high school teacher in a poverty-stricken neighborhood in South Los Angeles near Watts for about 8 years. But in 2012, I sensed God calling me into full-time ministry amongst the urban poor, meaning I would need to fundraise my salary so as not to be a burden to the community that I was serving in. And the Janet Aiko Sekiguchi grant through that foundation was an important part of helping me to get to where I am now as an associate pastor of an inner city church. And the seeds of that grant have grown to continue to make an impact in our community. Janet's life is an example of how we can love our neighbors who are hurting. But how do we do that? I've learned that building relationships with our neighbors, it helps us to love our neighbors as ourselves. The church that I'm now a part of, they listened to the urban poor community it was in. And what they heard was that they wanted better for the youth in our community. So our church started a nonprofit in our community called In the City, with a mission to increase opportunities for students from underserved communities through educational and support services. Our lead pastor even became a football coach at our local high school, and the team, with In the City support, they worked together to aim higher academically, and more of the students were able to be eligible to continue to play football. I became a youth leader in our church's youth group. 2 young ladies came into our youth group as 7th graders, really shy, and they grew in their relationship with Jesus, and they found healing. And they came out of their shells, and they became such bright lights in our youth group. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much for the support and the good work that the Janet Aiko Sekiguchi grant and the foundation does.
Part of the reason why we started this foundation is to try to carry on the work and ministry that Janet was passionate about, to try to impact the inner city, to improve educational opportunities, and just to finish, carry on the work that Janet would have if she were alive today.